let me share with you one of my favorite stories. This is one of an African American girl born in Kosciuszko, Mississippi during the Civil Rights Movement era. Her teenage mother worked for long hours as a maid, often leaving her unsupervised. This girl not only experienced extreme poverty, but was raped on multiple occasions by different men. She got pregnant at the age of 13 and lost her child a few days after giving birth, when she was only 14 years old. I think that living a story like that can only live nothing but a life of despair and an unhappy future. But today, this woman is among the most influential and successful in the entire world because of the power of education. Books in school changed her mindset. Books showed her that there was something more than a life of suffering. Books taught her that she was responsible for her actions and that she could also be in charge of her destiny. This woman is Oprah Winfrey. I wanted to share this story because it's a perfect example of how a life can be changed with the power of education. Oprah became the most successful communicator of her time because she believed in education. Her exceptional abilities allowed her to obtain a degree in communications and performing arts from Tennessee State University on a full scholarship. I had been an advocate of higher education for many years. Back in 2004, when I was a high school senior, I launched and became president of the Latin American Club at Spanish River High School. Our goal was to promote education among Latin American students, which at the time had the lowest college enrollment rates. I always dreamt about going to college, but never thought it was going to be so complicated. Because the income of my mom and her husband at the time was not low enough, I wasn't considered for financial aid. And it didn't matter if I didn't receive a penny from them. I was completely independent, trying to survive off a Starbucks salary, which didn't leave me enough to cover for my tuition. Now, I'm 30 years old, and it took me almost 10 years of hard work, fixing my credit, and saving a lot of money to get to where I am. Sometimes I think about how my story would have been if I didn't have any obstacles to enter college back then. And now I wonder if this happened to me for a reason. Today, I would like to propose that the United States grants full scholarships to students in all 50 states whose parents make a combined income of $120,000 a year or less. Here are some reasons why I think everyone should go to college. It gives people a better chance to succeed and improve their lifestyles, and not only that, but college education lowers crime rates. I think it is important that the government grants free education because Americans today are living their lives changed to their school loans. Each time college tuition rates are getting higher, making it difficult for all Americans to have an equal opportunity in the workforce. According to Forbes magazine, college graduates still earn more over a lifetime than those without a degree. I think that having financial freedom is part of living a happy life. One doesn't need to be rich to be happy, but it is essential to have the economic freedom that would afford a healthy lifestyle. Let's keep in mind that healthcare costs in the United States are among the highest in the world. But it seems like our government is not doing enough to allow all Americans to succeed. According to the New York Times, tuition at a private university is now roughly 3 times as expensive as it was in 1974, costing an average of $31,000 a year. Public tuition at $9,000 has risen by nearly 4 times. With this in mind, how is someone with a low income that supports a family of 4 going to be able to send their kids to college? Politicians are in government because of the people. Therefore, they should assist in the progress of a nation and the well-being of its citizens. The current state of college education in America is alarming, as it is. It has increased more than salaries. It's making it more difficult for Americans to pay for college, and it leaves them with high amounts of school loans, which they have to repay in the years that they are supposed to be starting a family or trying to own their first home. An article by CNBC states that finances are the leading cause for stress in a relationship. That's part of the reason why there are so many broken marriages today. It's alarming to learn that according to the White House, nearly 70% of bachelor's degree recipients leave school with debt. A debt that's consuming Americans' lives. I still wonder why so many politicians know about this and still do nothing about it. Free education would not only improve the lives of individuals, but the nation as a whole. A study published by the University of Western Ontario states that, quote, education and related education-based initiatives can reduce crime rates, improve health, lower mortality rates, and increase political participation. Now that you have this information, I encourage you to think about the future of your children and future generations. If you care about this country, if you would like to see your fellow citizens enjoy their lives to the fullest without the burden of carrying a ton of student loans while still trying to survive, if you want to see brilliant minds like Oprah succeed and change this world for the better, if you would like people to improve their health and embrace their civic responsibilities, if you want crime rates to be reduced, you must support this initiative. If we want this change, if we want every American to have access to higher education, we must call our representatives and demand action. Remember that politicians work for us. Also, make sure that you vote to elect representatives that work in favor of education for all. Please keep in mind that if you don't vote, you cannot complain. Thank you.